Welcome to War Games. We will get you ready for your next sales opportunity. Are you looking to win the sales battle? You have joined the right team. Here on the War Games Group, we take the strategies and mindsets from the most successful salespeople and share it with you. With our help, you won't have to fail your way to the top. When it comes to crossing the minefield of sales, step in the footprints of those that crossed before you. Prepare yourself for boot camp and beyond. It's time for War Games to begin.
Shall we play a game?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to War Games Wednesday. It's me. It's Joe. And as you can tell, I'm not in my office. Okay, so no, I'm in Savannah, Georgia, doing some business with people. And I am lucky enough today to bring to you somebody that through the wonder of Clubhouse came into my life, and I got to learn more about this individual. I have an actual bio right here. I'm going to read a couple sentences and I'm going to talk from my heart. Okay, but I will tell you that Rene Godefroy, who's coming on today, right, speaks from his heart. And his heart's also from a faraway village. Okay, I read his story and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And hearing it from him on Clubhouse, it's going to be impactful today. So the Atlanta Journal-Constitution calls him a motivational hit. Miami Times calls him a motivational guru. Okay, I'm going to tell you, he's a real guy that knows how to accomplish great things. Okay, so he came over to the United States with $5, 2 shirts, 1 pair of pants, and no ability to speak English from a little village in Haiti. And he himself has grown to become a speaker and somebody who influences the likes of AT&T, Aflac, Coca-Cola, the Army, right, for all of Verizon Wireless and stuff. So he's been on CNN, 60 Minutes, CBS, ABC, and so many other media outlets. Okay, he's out here in Georgia, as am I, right? How rare is this? I came out just to make sure he was here. So what I want to talk to you guys what I want to do is I want to bring up, throw up some VIPs. We got Amy Lee and Lee are here with us. These are 2 business partners of mine. That's what I'm out here for. We're actually all at the same table. And now I'm going to invite up Rene. Rene, I'm going to tell you, Rene, you provided so much value in that little app that we call Clubhouse that we were talking about prior to the call. Okay. And if it hadn't been for Clubhouse, I wouldn't know who Rene is. And I feel so lucky that I joined into a room, found Rene, right, with his bright color background. When I first met Rene, he didn't have the purple, blue, pinkish colors behind him, right? He had just a different color. So he's grown in colors and in Clubhouse. But in the groups that we're in, and when we listen to him, there's so many people that follow him around to listen to him because he is motivational. But guys, motivation isn't enough. And I know Rene will talk to you about what it is that will take you from the point of motivation to action, where you're at. And so he's got a program for us today. His statement earlier was, can we hold everything to the end? But if you look, we got Larry Schneider saying hi. We have Amy Lee in here saying hi. Natalie Essman is here. Farha is here. So we got the group jumping on and coming in to listen to Rene. Rene, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip us over to the side, turn it over to you. I'll still interject because I'm annoying that way. Okay. But at the same time, I will say, I thank you so much for coming on board. And I know Amy Lee wants to say hi out loud too. So I'll mute myself so she can say hi to you out loud too, because she's so excited to see you. That is her. She was doing the miming thing, but we're good on that one. So I'm going to flip you over. So Rene, swap spots with me. There we go. So Rene, thank you so much. Give us a little bit about the fact you came from Haiti, walking in with $5, no English, no nothing, just comes in and says, oh my goodness, I'm going to be successful. How do you get to that mindset difference?
Well, yeah, thank you for that question, because there's a saying, if they don't know you, they don't want to listen to you. So, yeah, the journey just started in the village in Haiti, poverty and diseases. And, eventually I left Haiti, came to the United States. I had $5, two shirts, one pair of pants. I didn't speak any English. So I did what many immigrants did. I became a janitor in Miami. I washed cars on the streets of Miami, did a lot of things, spinning my wheels, learning English one word at a time. Then I left Miami, eventually came to Atlanta, Georgia. And from Atlanta, Georgia, I had a job at a Kmart warehouse. I was loading boxes, and I got my CNA license to become a certified nursing assistant. And I got a job to take care of an elderly man, and he died in my hand in the hospital. And after that, I got a job. I became a doorman in Atlanta. I was there for 15 years. It was there I was parking cars, and I would see books on the back seat of the cars I was parking. And one of the books I was reading said, "You can speak for a living in America." And I was like, no way. And I said, what the heck? I tried everything else. I was a janitor, and why not try speaking? So, and I decided I was going to be a motivational speaker. And I saved all my tips money and went to my first conference for the National Speakers Association. And in fact, I met Jeffrey Gitomer, who, we both know, at the door. And that's how, when I went to the convention, I went to him again, because I had introduced myself, and I told him, "I'm your doorman. I'm carrying your bags. I'm going to see you on a stage." And I did that for a lot of the speakers coming to the hotel. So, and the rest is history. And that's how I launched my career as a motivational speaker. And, and here I am today. Life is wonderful in America.
That's amazing. Again, let's show up with nothing, and let's turn it into the fact that, you can challenge Jeffrey Gitomer as you're sitting there. That's phenomenal. So you have, in your own way, created a way to dominate the market that you're in, right? And so, and what you and I had talked about is, you said, "Hey, Joe, I know how to help people to go for market domination so that they are the obvious choice to their potential client," right? Now, again, we're going to hold questions till the end, guys, so you can pop them in there. I just won't be throwing them up on the screen, but I want to throw things over to Rene, because just from that little bit of the story, you need to hear more. And so, and you got to listen to what it is he's saying. So, and again, we're sitting here in the room together going, this is going to be a great time, because we're out here together in Georgia. I'm gonna say it right, yeah. And we're out here in Georgia building a business. And so our answer is, we need to pay attention more than ever to War Games today, because Renee's coming on and going to talk to us about market domination. So, and Margot has joined. Hi, Margot. Yes, she's down there. So, but fantastic. I want to say, please, Renee, take over. Don't let me babble anymore.
All right. So, yeah, let's start. Let me switch to presentation mode, so you won't see me for a moment here. So it's called omnipresence, 3 steps to position yourself as the authority in your field so that you can, of course, as you said, Joe, dominate. That's the name of the game. So the 3 points that I want to share, the 3 steps. First, it's brand clarity. Second is speak to position. And then you need your hero's journey. So I'll go through each one separately. Brand clarity. What I mean by that is to have brand recognition. Like when they see you, for a long time for me, I was all over. I was putting videos on LinkedIn and putting on Facebook and my website. I had like 4 or 5 websites, send people to different directions. So I was really all over. And I didn't really have clarity on exactly what it is for me. And the next thing after recognition, that they have to be able to recognize you from the colors that you use, First of all, they're going to recognize you by your voice, because your voice is part of your brand. And we'll talk about that in a moment. Then you need to have what is called your value proposition. They must know what problem you solve for them. When they arrive on your website, when they go to your Facebook or LinkedIn, everywhere in your bio, the value proposition must be there. There's a transformation you provide from where they are to where they want to be. So when they arrive at your website or LinkedIn or wherever, if you are not speaking, if they don't see that you can solve the problems, which is the problem that you solve for them, then they're going to bounce. The problem, if they don't know they have a problem and the problem is not severe, then they're not going to buy from you. That's period, right? So you must know, when it comes to brand clarity, you must know your value proposition. What do you offer? What is your transformation? I mean, do they get that when they see you? And then what is the problem that you solve for them? Next, after the brand recognition, value proposition, and all that is in your brand, like I said, I had to hire a company to do this whole thing. They're still working on my entire brand for me, because it was all over. You need to conglomerate and stop having websites here and website there and be all over, because a confused mind does not buy anything. So the next one to dominate is speak to position. So I know it was Woody Allen Joe who said 90% of success is showing up. And I learned that from Clubhouse, more importantly, 90% of success is not showing up only. It's showing up and open your mouth and speak. That must happen. It's not enough to share photos and quotations on the social media and think you're going to make a connection, you're going to dominate your market, because people cannot connect with a photo. Even though a photo can be emotional, you can evoke some emotion. A good quote might be very good, but at the end of the day, it is your voice print. It is your face. It is you connecting one-on-one with the person. That's what's going to do it for you. It was very hard for me at first, until when I was speaking. I was doing good back then. We didn't have social media and all that, but I was on stage all the time. So I was speaking, because speaking, it's like it positions you. It makes you appear to be the definitive expert and the authority. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So here's the first thing you want to do. You want to join Toastmasters International. That everyone who is listening to me now and who will be listening to me, you need to join Toastmasters International. That's how most of us, from Zig Ziglar to Brian Tracy, all the top names you hear in the speaking industry, we all started with Toastmasters. And if you don't know what Toastmasters is, it's basically a club that you join, and they have them everywhere, in every city. I don't know. It's an international group. So wherever you are, there would be. In 2020, the meetings were virtual. Basically, you go, you speak for whatever topic, and there's no judgment, and people are giving you feedback. And you get to practice your presentation, because I'm also going to ask you to create a 20-minute speech. Because remember, if you are an entrepreneur, you are not speaking, you are leaving a lot of money on the table, because when you are speaking, you are actually speaking one to many versus one to one. Whether you are speaking on a video, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, or you are speaking on a stage, you are speaking to many at one time. There are the civic clubs that you, every state, wherever you are, every city, a bunch of civic clubs, they call them, not city clubs, civic clubs. JC's, that's a club. That's an international. Optimist International, Kiwanis International, Lions International. Now, I didn't add Rotary International, which is one of them. Part of it is I've spoken at many Rotary clubs before, but you must know a Rotarian. So if you know somebody who is a Rotarian, they will invite you to speak. And like I said, it's a 20-minute speech. That speech does not really have to do with what you offer, but make sure that it is close to what you offer, because in that presentation, when you show up, you are speaking, you're going to seed what you are selling in that 20-minute presentation. I did that a lot. I spoke a lot it's free. They don't pay you, but you get a free meal. So I used to kid. I used to say all the time, whenever I want free food, I will speak for food, right? I'll find some civic clubs in my area, and I'll go. They are always looking for speakers. Some of them meet in the morning for breakfast. Some of them meet for lunch. Some of them meet for dinner. Always looking for speakers. And the audience, typically, you go from anywhere from 15 to 50 or 60 people. It depends. So first,
but I could kill breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
You can do all. Yeah, exactly. You can have a full meal like all day, right?
God, I love it.
So the purpose of joining the Toastmasters is to practice that 20-minute speech or your speaking ability, so that you can go to give the speech to the civic clubs. All right. So far, so good. Because if you are not speaking, you are not dominating. This is the age where you must be in front of the people. Something else, you need a lead magnet when you are speaking. And it's not something complicated. It's something my mentor, Joe, you probably know Nito Kuben. I get a chance to spend a lot of time with Nito. Been to High Point. I spoke for him a couple times, and I spoke for he has a huge Rotary club in High Point, North Carolina. I spoke there. But basically what he says, you must always leave a trail of tangible behind you whenever you speak. You never walk away just like that. For me, it's a green card. I don't have any here. So I started printing a green card. I'll put my points on the green card. And that was back then, before we have the internet and all that, the digital age. It wasn't called a lead magnet back then, but the green card, it's a real green card. It's neon green. And I would give everybody in the audience a green card, and I'll joke about it. I say, well, when I became a US citizen, they took away my green card and I got mad. I started printing my own green card, and I want to make sure that I give everyone a green card. And this is a real green card, because the green card they give you is not a real green card, right? But now it's a lead magnet. It's something that you give them for free, that they have to go, and you can have a squeeze page sometime, or you can try it both ways. Squeeze page mean they when they go to the website, it's a landing page. It's not your website. There's a difference between a website and a landing page. Basically, your website is for authority. It's for credibility, to put all the testimonials and everything there. But the landing page is it's like a sales tool. There's no distractions. They just go there, give you their email, and they put their name to get that gift. And that gift can be anything. It could be a resource. It can be 10 tips to do X based on your industry, your topic. You always offer the lead magnet so that they can go get it. Nowadays, you can ask them to pull your cell phone and go to this website, usually a short website you can remember, which, I'll give you mine at the end, so that they can just type it and then, subscribe and get the lead magnet on the spot. Next, in the speak to position, you must master video creation. You must be on video. I'm serious. If you are not on video, it doesn't matter where you go, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, I guess that's how you pronounce it, or you on YouTube. I have videos on YouTube that bring me leads from like 3 or 4 years. On YouTube, it's evergreen because it's always going to be there. and people are searching based on keywords, they're going to find you. But you become the authority when you start speaking on video. And I know a lot of people, they get scared when it comes to speaking into a video camera. It takes a lot of practice, but more importantly, what I do is my video, I use a DSLR, a professional camera, and it's in a fixed position, always in front of me in my office. And I'm always looking at the lens because I want to fall in love with the lens, and I want the lens to fall in love with me as well. So I want to look into it. And so I want to feel comfortable speaking to it. So that takes a lot of practice. So you need to master video, and now it's like 60 seconds. Believe it or not, Joe, I'm learning how to master saying what I want to say in 60 seconds. That's kind of hard. And
yeah, Instagram makes us do that.
Exactly. And TikTok too. And
yes.
But LinkedIn, I think you can do LinkedIn, the sky's the limit, but keep it at like 3 minutes or 2 minutes. And YouTube, forget it. But YouTube Shorts, I do 60 seconds as well, because that's how much time they give you for YouTube Shorts, which is something new. But what I'm saying is, when you create a piece of video, you put it everywhere. You put it on Instagram, you put it on TikTok, you put it on, I know a lot of people think, I just started with TikTok actually. And I used to think it's for people who are dancing, until I'm like, oh, okay, I can share some tips and ideas on TikTok. And Joe, you're on TikTok too, right? I see you on TikTok, right? That's right. And
but I am dancing on TikTok.
Oh, you're dancing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do it for the dancing.
Well, you got to show me some steps, because
Yes.
I'm not dancing. So distribution everywhere. This is the power. Now think about this. When we talk about YouTube, we talk about Instagram, we talk about TikTok, we're talking about global stages. We are not talking about in your town. We're talking about exposure from all over the world. Now, you might put something and not that many views, but if you have the right keyword in there, eventually the right person from all over the world, 24/7, when you are sleeping, they are finding you. And, some businesses, you are local, and there's a strategy to dominate on YouTube for local. And for a long time, I didn't know that. So you do videos for global, for everybody. Then you create playlists, and then you name your playlist like sales agent in Smyrna, Georgia. You create the best sales agents in Smyrna, Georgia. Then you take all those videos, you put them in that playlist, and you optimize that playlist, all the keywords in there. Then local people will find you as well. So yeah, it's a great idea, a good way to, it's called local video SEO. The reason you do videos is you want to crush the objections. Everybody has objections when it comes to what you are selling. Everybody is a suspect, right? So the purpose you are speaking out on videos is because you can answer the questions, the Q&A. In fact, if you sit down, you make a list of all the questions that people ask you or people should ask you, every single one of them is a video. Every single one of them is a video. So you must create them. And there's a site, I don't have it here. Let me say it to you. Maybe you can write it down. It's called answerthepublic.com. You go, you put your keyword, and then you start it, and it tells you all the questions people are asking about your industry, your topic, your keyword all over the world. Then you can take those questions. They show you the where questions. Where do I go to do this? Where do I start? They show you the how-to questions. They ask you, why should I do this? Why should I get life insurance? Why? So every single one of them is a video. You can never run out of ideas. So, and I want to share this quickly with you. PAS is a formula that you use to create those videos that I'm talking about. It's called, the P stands for pen, agitate, solution. So I'll give you an example really quick. So you put the website up and it's cricket. You put the post, it's cricket. There's nobody. You're just not getting enough clients in your pipeline. That's a problem. That's the pain. That's the problem, right? So I'm mentioning the problem. Then I'm agitating. I mean, you invest your sweat, your tears in the business. You knock on doors, you make phone calls, but nothing is happening. People are not listening to you. They're not returning your email. They're not returning your phone calls. Now, I'm actually agitating the problem. I know I say it's pain, but it's a problem. So I mentioned the problem and I'm agitating it. Then I'm going to give you the solution. The solution is you need to have what is called omnipresence. And I'm going to share with you 3 tips on how to achieve market dominance through omnipresence. Okay, that's basically the video, and that's the whole formula. I mentioned the problem. I agitate the problem because if they don't know they have a problem, they don't buy. And of course, after you give them the solution, there's always a last one, which is the CTA, the call to action. Always, always. And the call to action is, guess what? Your lead magnet, the 10 tips on how to achieve market dominance. Or, a resource list, all right? A list of, places that they can go to learn whatever. Whatever you give them, it always come at the end of the PAS, problem, agitate, solution. And I should have put the A. It's, call to action, CTA, call to action. Hopefully that makes sense. And let me rush through it so I can, how much time do we have, Joe?
We've got up to another 10 minutes.
Okay, so let me get through it really quick. So the last one, which is the last point, is your hero's journey. Your hero's journey is based on Joseph Campbell's, I think the book called The Hero of 1,000 Faces. And with probably 3,000 pages. But I'll just share with you. Everybody wants a behind the scene of how you started the business. Like Joe, you are with your team here in Savannah. And so, you are documenting the journey, how you flew there, you sat with the team and all that. And then the doubts that creeps in and all that. That's all part of the hero's journey behind the scene. Everybody wants to know, how did you start? By the way, major companies, the hero's journey is for indoctrination. Every major company, they have that. McDonald's, I think it was Ray Kroc. He wrote a book called, the book is called Grinding It Out. And Sam Walton has one called Made in America. Starbucks founder, they have one. Chick-fil-A has a book. Wendy's, they all have a book. And that's part of taking you behind the scene to understand the hero's journey, because that's when the real indoctrination actually happens, right? So you must have that. Let me give you, I'm going to close, I'm going to finish, but I'm going to give you the formula, how it is. And you can screenshot this if you want, however you do it. But the first thing, it starts with your ordinary world. Where life, you are in your comfort zone. Before you started your business, everything is just like, nothing is rocking the boat. So you're there, right? Well, something happens in the world. There's a problem. There's a death. Like some people, the stories like, my brother got sick. He has cancer, or something happened. There's a wake up call, right? And then there's a divorce, or something happened, or maybe you got fired at work. Something happened in that world. And then suddenly you have a call to adventure. You must do something to change your situation. You must step out of your comfort zone. And the number 3 is of the hero's journey formula is call reluctance. I mean, you get the call, you receive the call to adventure, but you're going to start. Yeah. So in the Bible, for Moses was the call to take the people to the promised land. And he started arguing, well, I stutter, I don't speak very well. Why don't you choose my brother? That is called call reluctance, right? So you just like have self-doubt about you. So you have to take your audience behind all of that in the hero's journey. And the stakes is, what do you have to lose? Well, maybe if you start the business and then you lose all that money you're going to take from the bank, there might be a divorce. Maybe your wife or your husband threaten you to keep that job because there's a lot you can lose, right? Maybe you're going to lose your big salary at work. You have $150,000 salary. All right. So there's something to lose. There's some stakes that if you step out, you're going to lose. Well, then you're going to start searching for, by the way, every movie in Hollywood is based on that framework. So you're going to start searching for the solution. And then you're going to go out there and start buying books. And you're eventually going to find a mentor. And the mentor can be some like Joe with the group, the Facebook group. He is giving you all this valuable information, right? So they could be, oh my God, now I found Joe, I found this Facebook group, and I'm getting all this information, and I found my mentor, right? So it could be that. And once you find the mentor, you start learning. And sometimes it's a book like Think and Grow Rich that you are reading, and that's invisible mentor is pouring into you. All right. So now you're already you already passed the call reluctance. You just gone for it. And then the challenges, the hero. Remember, I want to say that every story, the bigger the challenges are, the more powerful, the more emotional the story is. There's a book I read many years ago called Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. The founder of Zappos. I could not put that book down, right? I was like, oh my God, the challenges were it was like so much he had to overcome. And I was waiting, is he going to overcome those challenges? So yeah, that's it, right? And then finally, you overcome all the challenges and you got the reward. And then now the business is making $1 million. You are happy and excited. Now you are ready to go back to the ordinary world, to the rescue. You are going to rescue, and your customers are now the people you are going to rescue. And at that point, if you read the book by Donald Miller, at that point, you are no longer the hero. You're going to be the mentor to your audience, because they are going to be in the ordinary world. And then they get the call. That's why they're searching for your keyword all over the internet, on Instagram. They see your video. They are watching it because they receive the call and they need the information. And basically, that's the whole thing. So I'm done. That's the whole presentation. If you want to connect with me, you want more information, you want to get strategies, tips, and ideas, just go to this website, which what I said. By the way, Joe, I learned that from you. Join Rene. I learned that from you. So just go to joinrene.club and then put your email and your name. And I'll actually break down all that I share with you in longer videos so that you can really get those ideas and strategies. And that's it.
That was amazing. And I love the joinrene.club. As soon as you put up there, I'm like, that's so much easier than remembering your whole name and going through. But I think that's fantastic. So Brian Galkey's also watching out on YouTube. So he said it's really nice to see all the clubhousers on the screen. So
did we lose Joe?
Yeah, we lost him, but here, you can have him right here. Ta-da!
Okay, there you go.
hey, Joe's back. Joe's back on his own, so that was nice. But I just gave Brian extra time up on the screen with his comments. So, but no. So I do want to say, guys, for everybody that's here, thank you, Rene. That was amazing, and you provided a lot of value. The joinrene.club is scrolling across the bottom, so everybody's there. Your voice, seriously, we can listen to for hours at a time, right? And I when I look at that, I'm like, it's amazing that you chose to go speak, right? You told us we got to be recognizable, right? We got a value prop for the transformation. We got to be able to tell people the problem we solve, right? And what you had said was, it's great to show up, but you got to show up and talk. Right. And again, I look at it and say, and that's how we all connected as far as going to Clubhouse, was because we went out to talk, and we went out and we said, hey, let's go ahead and give our voice the power. And then we all resonated with one another. And all of a sudden we're all connected right here today. So I'll tell everybody that's on here, go to joinrene.club. Right? Talk to Rene, send him an email. He said he'll share with you everything that's here, break it down even further. I did impose the short time on him. So that's what's there. But you guys, you can see there's a lot of value. You can see that it's somebody who came into the country hungry and seriously carved himself out of that block of marble, right? How do you take the block of marble and cut it away to be an elephant, right? What do? You knock away everything that isn't an elephant. So I didn't say anything, but he was an elephant. You knock every piece off that isn't that, and now you have a piece of art at the end. And Rene has done that with himself, right? He has chipped away everything that wasn't there, and what's left is this polished piece of masterpiece here that has shared with us today. So Rene, I do thank you. And I hope there's a lot of stuff that we can do going forward. If anybody has any questions, you can type them into the comments now, unless Amy Lee has a question or Lee has a question, because I can mute myself so they can talk since we're all at the same table. No, Amy Lee's just pissed I called you an elephant, but I didn't. So, but that's what it is. But no, so I want to say thanks. If nobody's typing right away, that means you did an amazing job, Rene, because they're like, we got everything. I will tell you that, again, you put up on the slides, it's there. I literally have it all written out, right?
Oh.
Every single one. I've got my hero's journey documented again, and that's fantastic. And it's funny because over here I'm saying Star Wars is a great example of the hero's journey, right? And in our private chat over here in the thing, Amy Lee typed over because she's got headphones on and said, hey, you know what's a great example is Star Wars. And
Yeah,
I was like,
it
exactly.
is. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and so and you can see it through all those. But Harry Potter, any story that's out there is out there sharing with you to say, this is what you have to go through. And like you said so well, was go through yourself so that you can take everybody through the journey, come back out, and you became that mentor that was back on the Meet the Mentor page.
And everybody wants to know about, when I speak on stage, I always get the question, how did you get into speaking? Always. So they want to know the backstory always. And even if they don't ask it directly, yeah, they are asking it, subconsciously. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I thank you very, very much, Rene. Everybody else, I want to say thanks for spending some time with us. All those on the replay, thanks for tuning in. And so I will say thank you so much, Rene. Amy Lee, thanks for joining me up here on the stage. And I want to say to everybody else, I think it was Lee. No? All right.
Nope.
Okay. It was the Amy Lee. Yes. But I want to say thanks, everybody. And as always, I want you to go out.
Go
and
out
sell
and
something.
Sell something.
Thanks, everybody.